Hey y'all, I'm back and I'm here to talk about Married to Medicine Season 10, Episode 6. I'm just Rhonda. We just here to talk about this review and just please go ahead, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and we over here with the core four, y'all. When did that become a thing? When did we become the core four? Let me back up a little bit because it's hard to talk about this episode without mentioning all of the internet bullshit that's been going on the last couple of days. Damn, it's just Wednesday. I feel like they've been doing a lot, child. So the big secret, I mean, I guess it's not a secret anymore. Quad no longer being a part of the show. She got on the internet, said she had 2 more episodes left, and I guess that was right before the show aired, that she would only be in 2 more episodes. When Quad came in that casket, I knew damn well she was going to be burying her damn self because it doesn't make sense. We know that Quad is not friends with these ladies. This isn't a new conversation. This is what Quad has been doing for a while. We can go all the way back to Sister Circle since that's what everybody wants to talk about. Sister Circle, she said what she said and blah, blah, blah. These relationships were damaged during that time in her life. She was going through a divorce and all of that. So I get it. At the end of the day, though, once she got divorced from Greg, I mean, I feel like her lifestyle changed. Heavenly was over here running her mouth on Carlos' channel, but she's always running her mouth. So she's talking about how Quad went into her negotiation, bringing up people's names, and how the little boys down in production was telling the ladies exactly what was being said within her negotiation. That's a problem. And, it's whatever. I feel like somebody in production needs to be addressed, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Because even if none of that happened, I still don't really feel like she has any part in this cast anymore. And I like Quad. I find her to be entertaining, but if her goal or if her requirement is to now be friends with these ladies who she's never, like, her and Simone ain't been friends for a long time. Her and Toya have been fighting so long, it's just best that they're not friends because we know that at some point they just gonna be pissed off with each other again. That's been an ongoing thing since the beginning of this series. Dr. Jackie don't fuck with none of them. Not none of them really. Not even Simone. So there's that. But at the end of the day, they do like socialize within the same network because they're doctors or wives of doctors. I don't know what Phaedra is. I don't know why she's there. It doesn't make sense. So it doesn't make sense, but whatever. Actually, it could have made sense if Quad and Phaedra were going to be like the single ladies out here wilding, and as Heavenly put it over there on Carlos's channel, over in Africa looking for the men's and doing it for the gram. That's what they're doing, and it's okay. Heavenly ain't doing that. However, let me stay focused. If Quad is over there in her real life hanging out in, Africa with Shamia and Portia, and that's where she's at in her life, I don't think you should knock her for it. And I don't think you should expect her to come in here and now try to blend back with y'all bitches that ain't doing shit, but sending kids to college, and y'all are just in a different phase in your life. And it's cool, but y'all aren't really friends like that. I'm not sure why the requirement is, for Quad to be something other than what she is. It has nothing to do. Like, what is she calling? Jackie don't talk to her. Jackie don't talk to none of them. Which is why I say maybe it's just time for her to go. And maybe it's just time for her to do something different. Maybe her and Portia, not Phaedra. Y'all be wanting Phaedra, I guess. I never want Phaedra. And she's bringing absolutely nothing, to this process. So I think the sad part is that it didn't really have to go that way. When we start watching this particular episode with what they call themselves, the Core Four, when the Core Four opened this episode, it was very reminiscent of what happened to Mariah. I never was a Mariah fan. I think that was nice though, how they did that, how they handled that. It never good when everybody like gangs up on one person and it's just like, okay, we all hate you, so get out of here. Anyway, that's apparently what's happening over here. So on that note, I don't care like what the breakdown of the relationships of who said this and why they mad and how this went left and that went left and all behind the scenes of shit that we didn't see. I just want to do my review on the shit that I did see. Okay. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how it all happened. It's probably for the best because Quad don't fit in over here no more. So it's time for her to figure out, what's next. And maybe them hot girls can go do hot girl shit. I'm gonna say this, Dr. Heavenly, who's so critical of everyone. I went back and looked at the reunion, not the whole thing, but went back because I was like, what did Quad do that was really that bad? Like at the end of the day, like this whole sit down if she needs to take accountability is stupid. But uh, in the reunion in season 3, Simone and Toya were going at it so hard that they was about to come to fisticuffs. So, they figured it out. Now they're like best buddies, allegedly. So yeah. Then another video I saw was Sweet Tea over here with her best friend. This was her live, and she was over here talking about, I guess Heavenly said she knew she had this situation with endometriosis and, her period and her journey to have a baby. She's just finding out these things, getting here on the show. I don't believe you, girl. Okay. So you can keep going online and saying at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Then maybe that's, nobody said you couldn't have any kids. So we're not wishing that on you, but it just seems a little sus that you come over here with an issue, and a little access to the money. That's how that is, child. That's what's out here on these streets. I want y'all to shut the fuck up. Get off of Twitter and, doing all these. Dr. Heavenly, this is the thing about Heavenly. I'm very much entertained by Heavenly. I don't want to like put it out there that that's not the thing. If we're not going to have Quad, then we damn sure need Dr. Heavenly, or else this shit would be boring as hell. What are we going to do? Just listen to Simone? Sweet Tea, like we've enjoyed the whole like wedding and all of that stuff, but if Quad ain't gonna be there, then what you gonna do? Hang out with these old bitches? Okay, that doesn't make sense. They don't like you that much either, so they were just here for the mess. And so we'll see like how much really Sweet Tea got left in her past the wedding to Dr. Greg. On to the show. Let's talk about how this shit broke down over here. So the core four, which is Toya, Simone, Jackie, and Heavenly, they sit down. The whole premise of this situation, this exterminate Quad situation, they sit down. The Toya is having a event in Napa Valley. We're going to invite the ladies to Napa Valley because she somehow has a connection or some type of project that she's working in partnership with Kendall Jackson. Now, I think that's a good thing because Kendall Jackson is definitely established in the wine business arena. So if she's doing something to partner with them, that's actually very dope. So they're going to Napa. She's meeting with these executives. She's saying like, I don't really mess with Kawhi like that. And this is business for me, so I don't really want to take her because we just always gonna be arguing, and I don't feel like we communicate with each other that good. So what Toya thinks should happen is the other three of them, Simone, Heavenly, and Jackie, they should get, and have a conversation with Quad and state their case as to how she isn't around when they're not taping and she doesn't connect with anyone and she doesn't take accountability for anything. Who are they? The accountability police? Like, Heavenly says sorry in every freaking season to somebody. She got to break down and apologize for behavior that she knew was bad behavior in the first place when she's on Carlos' show. throughout the whole interview, she's like, I shouldn't say that, but then spits it out anyway, and they're gonna be mad at me, but I'm gonna tell you anyway, and they just have to get over it. But this is, I mean, I love them. She be doing that shit that, come on, Heavenly. That's why Quiet has a problem with you. They also acting like the Quiet has no reason to be irritated. Like you talk shit about me on YouTube and shit, and saying things like, I cheated with somebody's husband. Like these aren't like funny things. That's not a nice thing to say about somebody. But even if they did do it, like I really feel like if she's supposed to be your girl, please don't talk about that on YouTube. That's not cute or funny. Jackie don't really fuck with any of them, like I said, so they're not friends. She's not gonna be calling up Dr. Jackie to do what? To be stiff somewhere? Jackie ain't even fun like that. Heavenly, yeah, I can see where Heavenly is a kiki, but at the end of the day, Heavenly, what is you really doing? Like if I'm out here like trying to mac and like get my thing going, I'm bringing Portia, not Heavenly. I'm just saying, or Phaedra, if that's your tea, like that's not, you know what I'm saying? Heavenly is on some other shit, well, some Damon Daddy shit. So let her do that. Simone, no, she can't go either. So I feel like I got off track. Anyway, Toya's taking them to Napa because they drink wine out of boxes apparently, and she wants to show them some class and turn them on to the finer things in life. I feel like at their age they probably experienced it. Toya, that's cute, but anyway, Heavenly feels like Quad no longer needs her because she has Phaedra. So Heavenly is over here being jealous of her relationship with Phaedra. I don't know why. Don't you have stuff to do? You got a beauty supply. You got getting Laura off to college. You got Dr. Damon Daddy. You got a dentist thing and girl, stop. I don't, me and my friend, my best friend, don't barely call each other. We text, like send each other memes, and she comes to get her hair done, and we go out to dinner and we catch up on everything. Like she got a husband and two kids, and I got my own thing going on over here. So we don't spend a whole lot of time talking on the phone. Heavenly. Anyway, the collective has decided that this is Quad last chance to, be accountable. Now we have to figure out who's going to invite her. Heavenly's like, I'll tell Phaedra to invite her because that's her new friend girl. And, I think Phaedra's the one that she's bringing her to everything else. She might as well bring her to this trip too. So leaving this little four-core meeting, the understanding is Phaedra's going to invite Quad to the trip. And then she's going to have to show up and be accountable for whatever the hell it is she's doing, child. Anyway. Allura goes to school. She goes off to FAMU. That's how that goes. Heavenly really was over there trying to get this girl to go visit Clark Atlanta. And why? I don't feel like any girl that wants to, as cool as it is, I don't feel like any girl that has grown up in Atlanta wants to do that. They want to go somewhere any more than I feel like any girl in Tallahassee wants to go to FAMU. They probably want to go to, I don't know, Spelman, Clark. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, it's cute or whatever. Alora has grown up. It's so funny because she was so sassy when she was little, and she's calm. Like she's almost taken on her father's demeanor more so than her mother. She was a sassy little thing. It's exciting. That's what I'm saying. Like Heavenly, you're in a whole different phase of your life. Quad don't even have kids. So yeah, she out here getting it and doing it. She got to get another something on the line now, child. Just saying. This irritated me to no end. Um, Simone bought a condo, and I'm gonna leave it like that. Simone bought a condo because it looks like Simone is over here paying for everything. Um, the big stuff anyway. I don't know how that works. I'm not in them people's marriage. I don't know how the breakdown works. But what I do know is I think it's very dope that they're in a position in life to be able to get a condo for their kids to, take that next step. My only problem with it is like well, they should take on some responsibility as well. Because if they don't, when it's time, then when their time's up, they're not going to know what the hell to do. Like they don't have any type of, especially this boy over here, Miles, that thinks, you know, he'll stay over here for a year and crash. And then when that time is up, he'll just move back to your crib because he knows all the codes and he has no aspiration to do anything really. He's his father's child. Simone had a contract that she wrote up, like basic rules that you would probably find in anybody's lease. For the most part, like don't tear this shit up and don't be having other people stay here. If you're having somebody else stay here, they are now responsible for their portion of the rent. I didn't see nothing really out of control with her rules, to be honest. Um, she laid down the rules, and Cecil and his children were laughing at her as if she told a funny joke. I didn't understand. And I was like, Cecil, why are you laughing? This is so stupid. This is what she's talking about. She told them that, like, basically, since, you know, he's the man, and they're the boys, she said if there's any issues in the house, then their father will mediate. And he's like, oh no, I didn't sign up for any of that. I won't be mediating anything. I mean, what are you going to do, Cecil? Maybe what you should do is go decide which room is going to be yours, because I feel like that condo is where you're going to be living when the boys can't come up with the rent. Um, that's so lame. Like, so what part, you don't want to play any part of this, you know, next step? I'm so confused. She gave Miles a year and she gave Michael 2 years to live rent free. I don't know why they would be living rent free. That's not preparing them from anything. Like, I feel like they should have maybe 3 months of free rent, 3 to 6 months. And within that time, they're gonna have to, I would say 3 months, honestly. Why didn't this boy work? It just doesn't make sense to me. As a young person, why you don't want your own independence? Just, and what girl is over there looking at his ass with no haircut and stretched out, dusty lint all over his clothes? He look a mess. He wants to be in the film industry. As what? You could have been did that. They got schools that specialize in that. I'm quite sure in the time we've been wasting over here, you could have went to Full Sail or something, at least be on the road to. Why does he not work? And why are you telling him he has a year? Like, you're literally not setting him up for success. You're setting him up for failure. How is he going to be able to afford rent at a condo that's $324,000? Like, what does that mortgage look like? Do if he worked down to the, you know, I don't know, Halo Burger, is he gonna be able to afford to do that, pay that kind of mortgage? Because what is he qualified to do? Clearly nothing. You know, those are the kind of jobs you get when you know, 18, 19 years old, to get you prepared for, I don't know, like usually you just want money for sneakers or going shopping or whatever. Not this boy, child. He got a year of free rent. It's just lame. It's so many lame ass niggas out here already. It's so disappointing, Simone, that you and Cecil are over here raising this boy to be absolutely nothing and paying him to do it, not requiring him to do anything. It ain't school. That's not what he's doing. You can't be like, Miles is doing great. He about to graduate. He's the top of his class. He about to get his master's. None of that. Miles don't even have an associate's degree. That only takes 2 years. How? Anyway, this is what they decided to do. That's cute, but you know, fix it. Jesus. We have a little scene with Eugene. Toya's packing, and Eugene is very proud of her, as he should be, and also concerned that this girl Quad should not be coming on the trip. In his mind, Quad is you and Quad only argue, and this is supposed to be business. And so why is she coming? Plus, I hate her. I'm sure that's how he feels. But I mean, if I was him, I would hate her too. She out here talking about his man parts or, you know, manginas and things. And that was wrong. But Toya, I'm gonna have to tell you, you was out here like giving the girl all the fuel that she needed to say something nasty about your husband. So I'm not saying she should have said it. I'm just saying she wouldn't have been able to say it had you been out, not out here implying. On to Napa. So the ladies get to Napa. They're kind of all arriving at different times. This first load is Toya, Simone, Heavenly, and Sweet Tea. And that other lady. Was she there? I can't remember. I think she was there. She doesn't talk. She just bees and sings. And so I can't remember which scene she was in or not, but I'm pretty sure she was with this first crew. So they get into the sprinter, and Simone is in the back of the sprinter, and she's like, what she called this girl? She said, Todd the T, I got a passy for you in my bag. And Todd the T said the only passy she got is connected to her man. And they were like, oop. And I was like, touche, Todd the T. That's what you get, Simone, for trying to, son this girl. That's what I'm talking about. You calling her toddler T. They're calling you a toddler. Maybe it was that whole tantrum you threw down to the bachelorette party, but I mean, I'm just saying. She says she's never been to California. So far she's been to California on a TV show and had her dream wedding. Seems like she's already like, it's all paid off so far. I mean, if nothing else happens, I feel like she's experienced things that she never imagined she would experience. So let me get down to the Facebook group where the young girls be down here snacking old men. They start chatting it up a little bit, and the whole, Heavenly being uninvited to the wedding subject came up, and they start going back and forth. And because Heavenly's rude and her mouth is smart, and T is like not a punk, so she's not gonna let this lady just say anything to her. And they're going back and forth, and Heavenly called her a little girl, and T was like, "Don't call me little girl." And I'm like, "Simone called you a whole toddler. You didn't say nothing." But maybe that's just the nature of the relationship. You feel different about Heavenly. Toya's sitting up here talking about, oh my God, I can't believe they're in such a beautiful place and all they want to do is argue. We've been saying that for years. Every trip that any of these housewives and married to medicine ladies take, and y'all get to arguing, and we're always like, what the heck? You're in paradise. What is all the fighting for? But here you go. Now you having a revelation. Heavenly looks at Toddler T and said, "Oh, in the bottom of my heart, I'm looking you. I am truly sorry if I hurt your feelings." That's what she did. And T said, "I accept your apology, but I'm not gonna confide in you no more. And you shouldn't, because she can't be trusted. And you knew that, but now you know firsthand." They get to the villas. The villas are really pretty. Toya is setting up the core four. They have suites. So it's Toya and Simone in one suite together, and then you got Jackie and Heavenly in a suite together. And then the rest of the girls, they have their own room. Now she didn't get Quad no room because she doesn't know if Quad is coming or not, because Phaedra says she not bringing her. Phaedra said, yeah, no, I'm not inviting her because y'all like got mad at me for inviting her to other things. So yeah, somebody else can invite her. Heavenly says she didn't do it. So somebody had to invite her. We don't know who actually did it, but nonetheless, she's got invited. Look at how her friend just dumped her so fast. Phaedra. I mean, but this is Phaedra type behavior. Phaedra's not friends with them either. So what is she sticking around for? Like, what do you need Phaedra for? She's not dating clown face, cartoon face no more. The person that we never did get to meet. We see her kids a little bit, but all we've seen her do is, pass out invitations with the young boys and, make a pretend fume and then be mad at Quad because the other ladies are basically. Toya like, well, I mean, do you want to share with Quad? Because I didn't like plan for her to be here. So now she's asking everyone to share with Quad, and they like, nah, not on your life. Not sharing with Quad. I guess. And then they kind of like made the new lady say she would, I don't care. Like, what was she actually going to say? I don't know Quad, so I don't have no reason not to, but I mean, I guess, child. Anyway, they go on bike rides and then they have massages and they're really taking advantage of the things that would go along with being over there in Napa Valley. And I appreciate that because I said I would love to go experience that at some point. I really want to go wine myself over in Napa Valley and, do that whole thing that they do over there in the California bucket list. Anyway. Quad arrives. Quad gets out of her car in a lime green tracksuit with some lime green matching shoes on. I don't know if this is a new trend because Sharice was over there ready to love doing that same thing with her teal dress and her teal shoes, but I don't like it. And I don't want it to be a trend. So for all y'all out here buying tracksuits with matching heels, stop doing that. Get to the thing, get some Nikes, get some Pumas, and you're traveling. Make some sense. What did you at the airport with a tracksuit and some high heel shoes on? It just looks ridiculous. Lime green at that. I'm just saying. Anyway, she arrives and she's pretty much feeling like her and the girls are moving in the right direction. So I don't know what conversation Quad had. Maybe she thinks that because they invited her, they feeling like, some type of way, but she couldn't be more wrong. She is about to be set up by the core four. Synced it before. Anyway, she walks in the room. She's being pleasant. Hey, y'all. Hey, they give her Toya and Simone, giving her all this kind of stank energy. Again, why do you want to go if this is how they're going to act? Like straight in the gate. And Toya's like, oh, I didn't know if you were coming for real. And I forgot to get you a room. And everybody was like, oh, fuck no. We're not going to be like rooming with crowd. I couldn't find nobody that was willing to room with you. And Quad's like, I have money. If I need to get a room, I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. And Simone, you're not making anyone feel uncomfortable. Well, I mean, it seemed like it. I don't have a room and nobody wants to share with me. So I got you a room. If Quad's like in the basement somewhere, well, she would never do that. Yes, she would. It's Toya. She doesn't like me. But anyway, she goes on, to find her room down in the villa somewhere. Toya then turns on Simone and lets her know that the whole interaction for her was fake. Like, how you gonna be smiling in somebody's face and then, talk behind their back? And Simone is like, you got your issues with Quad, and I have my own issues with her, and I'm gonna handle it how I handle it. I'm not sure what Toya wanted her to do. Like, did you want her to like jump on this lady as soon as she walked in the door? Because that I guess Toya's like, let's do it. Let's fire her now. Let's get rid of her. Okay, girl. They show the ladies getting no. Phaedra and Jackie finally get there. So we come to find out that Phaedra not only didn't invite Quad to the getaway, she also changed her flight so that she wouldn't be in the same arriving. Girl, what had happened? Why? I mean, y'all were just like, bosom buddies a second ago. Now you hate her so much you can't fly with her. Phaedra's fake as fuck. She's not a part of the core four, but she put the dump on Quad. That's unfortunate. Why do we have her here? Did I ask that question already? I feel like because every time I say Phaedra's name, my mind goes, why is she here? What are we doing with this? They show the ladies getting ready, for dinner. Toya said the attire is beautiful. I'm assuming based on the fact that they had jackets on that it's a little chilly in the night. So nice enough to sit outside, but also you probably gonna need a jacket. Um, Sweet Tea in her room guzzling down some Crown Royal. And I was like, Crown Royal? My mama and her friends used to drink Crown Royal. Is they still drinking that? Straight up the thing, Sweet Tea? What you feeling like? It's a wine country, girl. Put the Crown Royal back in the little purple bag. Sweet Tea. They're at the little dinner. This was uncomfortable to watch. And it's because, like I said, I like Quad and I'm not emotional. I like Quad though. And I feel like it's unfortunate that she's no longer needed here. Like I said, it just doesn't make sense. I feel like her and her homegirls should go like that. Maybe they should have like an Africa show. You know what I'm saying? Quiet, why don't you and your homegirls take us to Africa? Because Wendy and them they not doing what they supposed to be doing over there. They're over there like talking about voodoo and all that kind of foolishness. Let us see some of the stuff you and Portia be over there doing in Africa. You know, let these ladies do whatever it is they're doing. Jackie, speaking of, she's over here like doing speeches where Kamala Harris is gonna be. So, Jackie is on a whole nother level and she does not get down, in the trenches with you ladies. She's gonna sit at that table, she's gonna look at this way, she's gonna look at that way, and she's gonna look at, the camera, and she's gonna let Heavenly do all the talking. I'm gonna tell Heavenly the shit how I feel, and Heavenly will certainly say it. That's how Jackie does that. Simone likes to get her own out by herself. Sweet Tea is just enjoying the view. She's just there, like, Phaedra, backstabber. She gonna sit there act like she never met Quad till the other day. That's how she's sitting there acting. It was just a mess. Um, Quad shows up to the table. They were having a little kiki, like I said, talking about, Jackie speaking in front of the vice president and whatnot. And Quad walks up, and that awkward silence that happens when people are talking behind your back happens. So she sits down, and it's, like I said, kind of awkward. And she says, well, before we get started, Toya, I just want to tell you, I know we have not been in the best place, but I do want to let you know that I'm very proud of you and I'm happy for you that this is happening in your life. I don't know what else she could have said. And after she said that Simone chimes in with, well, let's just address the elephant in the room. And I'm like, you mean the one you just brought in here? Because the lady just came down. Y'all said y'all wanted her to take accountability. I feel like this is a good place to start. Like with I'm proud of you. And I don't know whether it was sincere or not, but I mean, she said what was needed to be said in that moment. She approached the group the way I think she should have. And so Simone goes on this diatribe about how the OGs are owed some type of respect, how like she doesn't call them up or try to interact with them. And you know, you only want to come around when it's time to film. And Quad's response was, I could have done things differently. Is that accountability? It sounds like accountability. It sounds like her saying, "You're right. I could have handled things differently." I mean, as much as you're gonna get from Quad, because Quad not about to sit up here and grab and say sorry, but I don't feel like it wasn't that deep to start with. So please don't say sister circle again. Um, her what she said at Sister Circle was far less problematic than what Jackie did to Buffy, and Jackie still ain't sorry, and Buffy's still mad, but Buffy's not here, and neither is Quiet. Anyway, what did she say? She said she could have done some things differently, but she did not feel like she was in a safe place for someone. Don't try to make yourself a victim. And I'm like, that she's entitled to her feelings. Like based on what was going on in that time with her having a divorce and all of that, y'all was talking shit. Didn't make her feel safe. Now, I don't think that makes her a victim. I think there's two sides to a story, and this is why her behavior was what it was. And it ain't really changed since then. Toya went straight to she ain't married, she need to go. So yeah, she's been on this edge before with y'all, asking her to take accountability. And I'm not saying that Quad is not too much, and she was over there being very extra and feeling like she was the star of the show and all of those things. But yeah, y'all have all done shit. Simone asked her, like, I think this was a fair question. She was like, so what's changed? Like, if you didn't feel safe with us before, what's changed? Why would you feel safe now? And she was like, well, I mean, under her breath, she said she ain't going through nothing. um, Quad said everybody, deserves second chances. You know what I'm saying? So if I can start with a clean slate and you can start with a clean slate, then we just start fresh and see what happens on rebuilding. Then she followed up with she don't have no emotional attachment to anybody. And why she say that? Quad Toya over there talking about that's typical Quad, not owning her shit. I wish she would just stop talking. We get it. Y'all don't like each other. Stay just you put them three up to laying down the law and handling things. That's what y'all had at the core four meeting. You said it was up to them to handle it. So that's what they're doing. Not Jackie. She's just sitting there waiting on Heavenly to fire. Quite if you don't have no emotional attachment to them, then why do you want to be there? It doesn't make sense. I mean, I do understand why you want to be there. You're here for the check. Just like them. It's no different. So apparently, if you want the check, you have to call them up on your off days and make them feel like you're friends for real. So that's what I heard. Heavenly got her feelings. I was surprised, but I shouldn't be because I know Heavenly ain't shit, not as a friend. She's been plenty of times dogging Quad out on her YouTube, and her and Toya both. Her and Toya are getting along, and I feel like it's only because Toya wants Quad gone, so she made Heavenly an ally to carry out this task of, Operation Dismiss Quad. Her services are no longer needed. But this Heavenly was telling her, you don't call me, you haven't called me even since I came over to your house and we sat down, and you still haven't called me or talked to me. You've replaced me with Phaedra, even though, it's this girl Phaedra put you down, and now you want to be calling me again. So apparently when it was down to the trip situation, if Phaedra did not invite her on the trip, she called Heavenly to get the tea. And Heavenly and Phaedra are talking back and forth. And Heavenly is over there saying everything that everybody said to her. Sweetie, are you listening? It's not just you. She will throw your ass under the bus. So your best bet is to stop, follow up on what you said, and don't tell her nothing in confidence anymore. She said, Jackie told me, she was like, I feel like you're using me. And I talked to Jackie, and Jackie was like, hell yeah, she's using you. Now there's Jackie. Jackie didn't she did not deny or confirm that she said that. She stood there and like let Heavenly go. She threw Quad under the bus. She said, well, no, she said that Phaedra was supposed to fly with her and changed her flight because she didn't want to fly at the same time as her. And she said Quad was over here saying that Phaedra was a liar. You can't believe nothing that comes out of her mouth. And anything that you said too heavily in confidence as somebody you thought was your friend, on Mad Day, she's spitting all that shit out. So, this is where she's at with it. And you said that Phaedra dated Greg and that he had to cut her loose because she required $4,000 a month. And she did that because that's how they was doing over there in Atlanta, like, going on dates for sneakers and tracksuits and purses and what have you. Well, y'all, what do you think? I think I don't really give a shit what's going on behind scenes with people like negotiating contracts and stuff. I think Heavenly's big mouth is kind of ruining things for me. So from now on, whoever she sits with, if her and Carlos do this on a regular, I'm a pass on that because I don't really want to hear what she has to say no more. I'll just laugh at Heavenly on the show. And after that, like, because her reviews be revealing she don't even be watching the show. So she's over here telling everything that wasn't on the show. And we're like, what? So yeah, I'm not doing that. Sweet Tea, I mean, girl, it was nice to meet you, but I don't see really much going on after this because you're too young to hang out with these guys. So yeah, go find some young friends. It's Atlanta. Have some fun. aside from that, y'all, I guess, we'll see and enjoy Quad's last episode next week when I guess they tell her, I'm so glad we had this time together. As am I. I'm glad I had this time here with you, but I'm about to leave. So go ahead, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and we'll get into it next week, y'all. Bye.